The I-Team is on your side, getting to the bottom of a crisis-level nursing shortage.
And regarded as heroes, of course, risking their lives during the pandemic. But at what cost? Maine is now left with a fraction of the workforce. Hospitals seeking to fill over 1,000 different open positions right now.
The I-Team's Stephanie Grinley looks at what the state is doing to bring them back.
We are your community.
In her teens, Emma Cooper felt her calling was to become a nurse.
There are moments that take your breath away.
2 years in, she faced unspeakable trauma, left the field, and only recently returned to Maine Medical Center.
Is it what you thought about when you first envisioned yourself being a nurse?
Oh, of course not. I mean, I think I was fed, and I think we all were, this space of, nursing is the most trusted profession in America.
It lost all sorts of humanity.
President of the Maine State Nurses Association, Cokie Giles, says Emma is not alone.
Just the idea that when you go home at night, all you can do is cry, and when you come in the next day, you just cry. And I just feel that when my first 20 years as a nurse, I got to take care of people. I got to do everything I was taught to do. Not so in these last 10 or 15 years.
It's one reason these nurses believe Maine hospitals are facing a staffing crisis. The state's largest hospital, Maine Medical Center in Portland, declined to give the I-Team specific numbers on their nursing shortage, but cited an overall vacancy rate that nearly doubled in 4 years, from 6.3% in 2019 to 11% this year.
COVID has exacerbated that.
Maine Med's Chief Wellness Officer Christine Hine blames emotional exhaustion.
We have seen vacancies at all different levels of the organization, and one of the things, it's sort of this vicious cycle that is occurring where people who want to stay in healthcare and continue on with that mission are now subjected to the stress of staffing shortages.
Whether or not it's safe, I certainly don't feel that I'm providing adequate care all the time.
Maine, the oldest state in the nation, is seeing baby boomer nurses retiring, all while aging Mainers need more medical attention.
More than anything, we're dealing with people who are sicker than they were before the pandemic.
The Maine Hospital Association originally forecasted a shortage of more than 3,000 RNs by 2025. That number since cut in half. This is thanks in part to the state's fast tracking of new nurses.
They simulate.
Like at St. Joseph's College this fall, a new program that will make it so anyone with a bachelor's degree can become a nurse in just 15 months.
This program is designed to get more nurses into our communities here in Maine.
The National Nursing Database shows there are currently more than 4.5 million practicing nurses. Yet, according to the Maine Hospital Association, of the roughly 24,000 in our state, less than half are choosing to work in the hospitals.
They do hire a lot of nurses, but they have them go out almost as fast as they come in.
Do you think retention is also a factor?
So, yes.
University of New England places the most healthcare workers in the state.
The demand for our healthcare programs is very strong.
President James Herbert is seeing no shortage of students. Instead, the problem, he says, is a bottleneck for experience on the hospital floor.
The challenging part for us is those clinical placement sites. So there's only so many of them.
Herbert believes lawmakers will determine whether Maine stays in a healthcare crisis or resolves it. A bill before the legislature would pay physicians for taking time out of their busy schedules to train the next generation and repay those who choose to enter the field.
We need scholarships and loan repayment programs to incentivize the students to go practice in underserved communities.
Meanwhile, nurses like Emma Cooper are finding reasons to hold on.
What influenced your decision to come back?
A big part of it was that the hospital that I'm now working at is unionized after 25 years of trying to ratify their contract, and I feel that now we have some agency.
I'd like to have the newer nurses know that stick it in there. We'll help you. Stay in there. We need you.
You might hear fast-track nursing and think they're not as well trained. At least that's the opinion I heard from some of the nurses I spoke with. But the program directors tell us that these students are getting the same schooling as the traditional nurses. The semester breaks are just taken out of the equation. On your side, I'm Stephanie Grinley.
An important issue, Stephanie. Thank you.